So now Rolly informs Sapphire that Suki and Gretch fought. And so this altercation is what set Sapphire off to throw the tantrum that she threw.
What a letdown that was.
What a letdown.
It really felt so like that is what we.
That's the reason.
And
that's the reason.
What made it even worse? What made it even worse is that all this is happening. Suki Hon on stage like, yeah. Having a good ass time with no care in the world.
This the kind of beat to go, this the kind of beat to go, this the kind of beat to go, rock, top, top.
Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah.
Welcome back to another episode of the Petty Headquarters. I'm your host, Tiana Locke, and this is
Jesse Strange.
And we are back at it again with another episode. And yeah, Baddies recap.
Baddies recap. But just so you guys know, I need to be very transparent with y'all, okay? But before I am actually, hello everybody. Welcome. We're the Petty Headquarters podcast where we cover pop culture, internet culture, and reality TV, and also baddies. And today we are recapping the Baddies episode. But before we do, I want to be kind of transparent with y'all and let y'all know that, so we did have an editor in line. Okay. So if you're feeling the energy, it's because we have been looking for an editor to help us out to pump out the content, and it has not been going well so far, even though Tiana has dumbed it down for them.
Literally.
It has not been going down. So if you're a young editor, maybe that wants to get into the podcast realm, want to get your hands wet, we are trying to expand the team. So hit us up on our email, which we'll leave available down below.
Yep.
But yeah, so excuse the slow content, but you'll definitely see that video before this one. However, we just want you to feel understand why the energy you feel is there.
Right. That part. Okay. And with that being said, let us get into the episode. Welcome back to the Petty Posse and the Crash Out community. And welcome. Let's get into your weekly dose of mess.
Yeah, so this episode I'm really excited about. I've been very excited about it.
Have you really? Oh, because of the show.
Yeah.
They actually perform. Yeah.
Yes. I've been wanting to see, first of all, before we even get into it, this is the New York City episode. This is the one that literally we were there at the event. We had documented it. Go look at the vlog. It's definitely got 70K views now.
Yeah, I think it's a little up now. But
Sheesh.
around there.
And to be honest with you, if you saw that, you saw it first, because we have a lot of the uncut raw footage there. And then even the Sapphire footage, if y'all went to our Patreon, a lot of y'all did. There is 3 minutes of whatever you saw on there, but just raw, uncut.
Way more.
So much more content on our vlog than you got in that. But I think they did a really good job, and I'm really excited to get into it.
Yeah, let us get into it. So we start off with Tommy and her goons pulling up randomly. They said 3 women got out of the car and tried to attack Cole, Killa, and Fauna and Tavy, one of the two. And then Mariah Lynn tried to jump in. We hear when she tells her side of the story when she meets up with her friends and shit. But I just think that was so random. Tommy, when did you even have time to call people to bring them? And then she just drove off with them in the car.
Yeah, well, what we end up finding out when Mariah Lynn recaps this, which we could talk about it now since we're talking about it. But, in the beginning, it was chaos. We didn't really make of what was happening because the cameras weren't really showing the girls come out and who was under attack. It was kind of just chaos, really.
Yeah.
But later on in the episode, we find out that Mariah Lynn, she was trying to console, I think, Anna or some shit like that. And out of nowhere, Tommy rolled up with her glam team, who she had called her glam team. And that's
right.
how she got those girls to be there. They rolled up. They tried to attack Killa, But Mariah Lynn said that her and Kokilla are from Jersey. She's like, we know each other. So Mariah Lynn, and I will say, I got to give it to Mariah Lynn. She is not scared. She is not scared because she was with it. She apparently like was the reason why the girls couldn't get to Kokilla or whatever. But it was funny because now that we're talking about it, fucking Biggie's like, it's so funny. She's like, oh yeah, I was close to the truck, so I got inside the truck and I closed the door and I locked it because I was scared. I'm like, yeah, Biggie,
like, you always hiding. You always hiding for real.
You always scared, Biggie. It ain't no
right. Like, well, there's nothing new.
Whether you were close to the truck or not, you was running, bitch.
Exactly. So now you see Kokilla getting really upset. She's going off. She's like, this is the game y'all want to play. She feels extremely disrespected. And she's like, you know what? This is not TV shit no more. If you want to take it to the streets, now we're going to take it to the streets because you're taking it there.
Yeah, she said, nice trick, wrong bitch.
Yeah, she did. She ate with that. She ate with that. I was like, wow.
Tommy talk about deny.
I know. I was like, oh my God.
It don't surprise me though, because this is the same woman that threw the glass at the kid in the audience later on in the tour.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's caught on camera, and she's still talking about I ain't throw nothing. Like, bitch, what do you mean?
Which is crazy. Which is really crazy to me.
But yeah, so I mean, clearly Tommy don't care about the consequences. If it ain't a pistol, if it ain't a whatever the fuck, a knife, it's her goons coming up.
It's always something.
It reminds me a little bit about like Stunna and her. I feel like that's the vibe it gave me.
But that's why you saw why that got dragged out for so long on Baddies West. Is they're like both the same, both bringing their people, and it just wouldn't stop to the point where her man pulled out a whole gun and decided to shoot the air outside the club.
Which makes me wonder, like, no wonder by the time they got to the next city that, you know, it ended up escalating where Kokilla threw something from above and antagonizing Tommy during her performance, and then Tommy ends up in response to that throwing a shot glass at one of the kids in the audience.
Yeah, but what does Kokilla have to do with the audience?
Because she was the reason. Tommy thought somebody threw something at her from the audience.
Oh, and it was Kokilla.
And it was Kokilla from above.
Oh, this is at the other event.
This is
where
at
they
another
were like
event.
Up.
Yes.
They were not. Okay.
This is later on.
Okay, got it.
But now we see the feud starting to brew.
Yeah. It is low-key giving like Stunna Girl and Tommy. But my thing is, Kokilla didn't even do nothing to Tommy. Like, how did this even start?
I don't know.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, how did you get... Where the fuck did your glam team come from for this to even turn into this? You had your issues with Tavy. Like, I'm so confused.
I think her glam team were just on call for whoever Tommy
was
had beef.
Closest, whoever, it seemed like it.
Right, and then, you know, obviously Kokilla and Tavy had that situation before with Tommy.
Yeah.
So, you know, whatever, it is. But the girls are shocked.
Yeah, everybody's shocked.
The girls are shocked. Everybody's like, I can't believe Tommy. I don't know why, because it's fucking Tommy. I mean, did you not expect anything less? I don't know why
either, because it's like she's always had something up her sleeve. It's always something. She's always bringing something. It doesn't matter what it is. So now at this point, Nunu is saying that she left her bag or something in the other sprinter because, you know, the house is way high up. So they have the sprinters to carry the girls. So as she's trying to go into the next sprinter, fucking Tavy talking about wrong sprinter, bitch. Like, this is not it. Like, you don't belong here. All this stuff. This is the wrong sprinter. So now they start going back and forth and arguing outside. And I'm so confused because I'm like, what beef did... Y'all didn't have no beef.
No, even Tavy's like, how you mad?
Some shit.
But even Tavy's like, how you mad that I'm trying to help you? Like, how you mad I'm trying to help you? I don't know, but I low-key feel like, I mean, this whole situation was stupid.
Happy week.
Like, what do you mean? Don't tell me what purse my sprinter is. I know what my sprinter. I know where my purse is. Like, what is this arguing?
This was so stupid. But then Tavy's calling her corny, saying all this stuff about her. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? And so now it brings me into the whole Fauna and Tavy thing, right? Because now Fauna's telling Tavy, excuse me, I'm trying to close the door. Let's just stop this. This is dumb, right? So
because Fauna's over this arguing.
She's over it. Yeah. She's trying to close the sprinter door. Like, fuck it. Tavy's getting mad at her now for trying to close the sprinter door. Yeah. And now they start arguing. And oh my God, this is the funniest
thing. She's mad. She's like, why you trying to close the door on me? Why you trying to, like, what is going on? And Fauna's just trying to diffuse the situation. She don't even want it. So she's like, all right, so go fight with her.
Yeah, go fight with her. She did. She did. So go. Go dance then. Go dance. I was
Right.
like, yo, that was bad funny.
But why every time they argue, it feels like they've been fucking?
yeah,
Like I know.
it really does. And more people should be saying this, and no one is saying
No,
it.
they
Like,
did, and they clarified online. That,
Oh, they did?
Yeah, that there was rumors and that it was not true. They never ever did. But like,
Oh my
please,
God.
why do
I
y'all
don't
argue
know.
like that?
They argue
They
like something's
argue
up.
like y'all
Like
used to have a
something's up.
past.
Like right, something's there, something's up. It's not making any sense to me. And Tavy still talking about I'm done, like constantly that same bullshit. Then she starts crying, which was so random. I don't know if Tavy.
Oh, that
Randomly, she just starts crying, and I'm like, okay, I don't know if she was maybe drunk
maybe
because it was giving that. It was giving that, like
Yeah.
you just drunk
Yeah,
and you just going off about everything.
And Fauna saying that Tavy not a real friend, which I mean, bro, I feel like Fauna been not fucking with Tavy anyway. So I'm just confused.
I know.
I'm telling you, I feel
I
like there's a
know.
crush or something happening.
Something, because you remember last season when Tavy like kissed Fauna's forehead and
Yeah.
Fauna was like, what the fuck? And I will never forget that. I'm telling you, Fauna was not fucking with her like that. I don't even know why. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. So
I
now,
don't
like, you know
know.
what I'm saying? It's weird. I
Like,
don't-
did you let her get some on a drunk night and you mad about it? Like, I don't know. It's giving that. It's giving that. So I'm like,
It
what's
is.
the tea? Because
like
it
she
don't make
mad
no
she
sense.
let it happen.
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't know what the fuck is the tea with them. Like, every time they argue, I laugh because it really does feel like that every time.
Yeah, every single time. I don't know why. It's
Or
weird.
like it's some weird built up sexual tension or something that like, you know how those girls are, they don't know how to let that out.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's like they just start being catty with
Yeah.
one another or some weird shit. And I'm like, do y'all just need to sleep together? Like, I don't know.
I don't know.
Let's see.
But the next scene, right? Because now we go to the next scene. Now this whole thing is over.
Yo, right.
And we in the room, we in a hotel room with Summer and Rolly.
Oh my God, they having mimosas.
Yes. And they recapping because Rolly's talking about how she's so shocked about the Tasiki and Krishan thing and how they're sisters and
Summer
how,
over it. She
Yeah.
said, take us out the group chat, like.
yeah, and then it's funny because as they're having this conversation, you can tell whose side Summer's on. Like
Yeah,
Summer's
100%.
like Marsh made Tasiki bleed.
Yo,
She kicked her and all that.
She was saying mad shit, basically saying Tasiki lost the fight.
Pretty much.
Pretty much.
I mean, we were there. We saw it. I mean, she was there. She saw it.
She was there, right?
And that's why I feel like the whole energy was that. Like, she was like, Rolly, please. Like, you
Yeah.
were there. You saw it too. And then Rolly was obviously defending Tasiki because that's her homegirl.
right,
But like,
100%.
because she was like, oh, Marsh, she tripped. And then, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
I love that Summer's unapologetic about whose side she's on.
Yeah, she's very honest. She's not trying to like show face for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even if I feel like Summer's the type of girl, even if she was cool with Tasiki, she's still gonna be like, girl, you gotta ice your face or something. I don't know. Like, she would say something else, but she would never say you actually handled that. Like,
Yeah.
So I think that that's so funny. And then Rolly asked her about, her relationship with Lex and Dolly.
Mm-hmm. And Summer says, I'm damned if I do and I'm damned if I don't, because she was saying how a lot of people believe that they were mad, that she was mad that they didn't help her with Tasiki, and that is absolutely not true.
Right.
That the reason why she removed herself was because after that they had a house meeting. They had a meeting with Lemmy.
Yeah, when
That's
the camera's
the same,
cut.
exactly. That's the
Right.
same meeting she keeps referencing.
Mhm.
And then they were like saying, what's up? Like, what's going on? And basically insinuating if I'm drunk, Summer, and I show up late and I'm, unprofessional, I get in trouble or they're mad at me. But then also if I'm not doing that and I'm showing up on time and I'm quiet, I'm boring and I'm not doing enough. So it's like, I'm just going to remove myself because y'all don't fuck with me in real life. Like, y'all don't fuck with me because everything I do, you have a problem with.
Right. Now, what did you think about Rolly saying, like, you guys are really friends outside the show? Did you really believe that? You thought she was like bullshit? Because low key, and some part of me did feel like maybe Summer, Lex, and Dolly outside the show did, create a great bond with one another. And I believe that. Like, I think in Summer's head, she was their friend. But I don't know about them. I think they probably looked at her like, yeah, she's just a good industry friend because she popping her shit and it's great to be next to her.
I think it's not that simple. I think Dolly was definitely a fake friend because Dolly attached herself
Immediately.
like towards the end, because Dolly was quiet throughout Africa. You know what I'm saying? She was quiet. She didn't get her shine.
Lex definitely attached herself
Lex
immediately.
Immediately was like, it was her and Summer. We even said it last season that the glue between Dolly and Lex was Summer. And so I feel like, you know, it wasn't necessarily that. I just feel like they bonded over this whole show.
And Midwest.
Yeah, they bonded over it. And, you know, they had a reason to be friends outside of the show because they were the big three. And I feel like when you separate them from that title, that's all they were. That's like, you know, when people are drinking for a long time and they have their party friends and then they stop and you realize, damn, most of these people weren't my friends.
Right.
Because they don't want to fuck with me unless I'm partying and drinking. Like, that's the same vibe. I feel like once Summer decided, you know what, I'm going to remove myself. They didn't know what the fuck to do. They didn't know how to act because they don't know Summer like that. They just know them as the big three, and I feel like it's a trauma
They
bond.
know Summer, the TV personality. Well, then again, they say that Summer is like that all the time. Outside the show, whether the cameras are on, whether the cameras are off, it doesn't matter. That's just dead ass her personality.
Exactly. So then why are you mad when she's doing certain... You enabled her all 2 seasons, and now you want to be weird because what? Because Lemmy's saying something else, or he's not with the big three anymore, so he's trying to cause a divide and you're allowing it. You know what I'm saying? When you never had a problem before, when fucking Summer said bark, y'all went and barked and bit at the same time.
Dead ass.
So now all of a sudden you want to sit there and reprimand me for being me?
Yeah, no, for real. I feel you. I thought the same exact thing. And, you know, she did go online and she did talk about a little bit about that house meeting that they had with Lemmy. And allegedly, Lemmy was confused and thought that the big three were actually gonna fight Tasiki and like stick together. And that's when I guess that was that whole dispute where they started like switching things up. And it was just, I don't know. She didn't really dive too deep into it, but there are a couple of lives where she went live and she explained the whole situation. Obviously, she didn't say it on the show, right? But yeah, it's out there.
But also Summer talks about reflecting and trying to find her own self. And I feel like that comes with that, right? That realization of like, y'all don't fuck with me for real. Because you liked it when it was working. And now that Lemmy is saying something, now it's not working in your favor. And now what? You want to not have my back? And more than just fighting Tasiki? Like, you're just gonna...
It's sus.
Yeah, like, it's weird. Look how quick Lex was there to hug Jayla.
I know.
How quick. Talk about... I'm okay to put past
Oh my God. Let's talk about that when we get there, because, girl, that was so fucking weird.
Her and Scotty. Look how fake.
Yeah, how fake. But that's the thing. Like, you can tell that Lex and Dolly are operating from, like, a business perspective only and not looking at shit. No, they don't give a fuck about friendships. Care about the bag. And that, at the end of the day, that's just what it is. And you can see that energy. Now, Summer does also state that she doesn't want to argue with them. And like you said, she's just trying to do some self-work, and that's it. She doesn't feel like she's wrong for stepping back, even though everybody else is trying to make her seem like, oh, she's the bad person.
I ain't gonna lie. This is the first time I'm on Summer's side. She is not wrong.
I agree. I don't think she's wrong for stepping back either. I mean, if you don't want to be my friend, why am I still going to be your friend?
But I also feel like this is something that we've been telling Lex to do since like Africa. Since even before Africa, when she came in hot, we always said, Lex, you're bringing yourself down by being friends with Summer, because Summer's like another Krishan. And like, now that Lex realized, I feel like you're already 2 seasons in deep. You're fake as fuck. Because if you stayed this long, like, my thing is, now it's too late. Now you're trying to do like, you're trying to make up for the friendships you burnt while being with Summer, but now it just makes you look like you were never Summer's friend, like, for real.
Yeah, it does. To see how, like, now Lex is just so quiet in the corner, in the background now. Like, I'm like, wow, it's like, it's giving you needed Summer.
Exactly.
Granted, her and Ivory, that kind of started everything, and that was without Summer, right? But after that, everything that happened with Lex was mostly Summer. So... now, and a little bit of her too, but now it just almost feels like you kind of need Summer. Like, without Summer, like, we don't hear you.
And a lot of people are gonna say, oh, you guys are hypocrites, the Lex hate train, because y'all always said that she needed to separate from Summer, but now that she is, it's a problem. Let's make it clear. She didn't step away from Summer. She was crying to still be friends with Summer.
She was kind of like it also,
Summer
like,
pulled
yeah.
herself away from the
Yeah,
situation.
this is so true. And it also felt forced. Like, I don't know. The whole thing, even the sit down with her and Scotty, like, why the fuck did we need to see this scene? So now we go into the next scene where Tavy and Cold Killer are walking the streets in New York and they're chopping it up, talking about, how they're feeling about performing tonight in New York City. Tavy says, this is her city. She's like hyped and nervous at the same time to perform. She's never performed before. So they start talking about that. Cold Killer mentions that she's about performing. She does this and all that, and she's just ready to like do her shit. She was kind of annoyed that she didn't get to open, but she's also not mad at it. She's just gonna. I'm honestly happy she didn't open.
Good.
I think Smiley was the best person to open.
100%.
I
think Smiley did a good job at being the opener.
Yeah, I feel like she was the best person to open, especially since I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of a baddie. It just kind of like set the tone.
It did.
Plus, like, she's the first one, and like normally people don't really care that much to see Smiley anyway. So like the first one was just, let's get this one out the way.
Yeah.
So that was good. Going back to her saying that she really be performing, she does this. I didn't see that performance though when I was in New York.
Yeah.
I didn't see that, and like she had the stage presence though.
She
Like,
did. She had the
that's
energy.
the thing. She had the energy, the stage presence. She came out and really did that. But at some points, like she was fading in and out of the mic.
the voice. She needs to practice keeping her air or
breath
whatever.
control.
Breath control. Yeah, I know that's like a thing in an art form.
It
within
is.
itself.
Whether you're a rapper, singer, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So that's like a technique that you always need to practice. And I feel like with her, I didn't hear her. And like it, like you said, her breath was going in and out. And it was just like I couldn't hear. Like I knew the song 8, but I couldn't hear the song.
Right.
And it to me wasn't a great performance. Maybe she's had great performance in the past, but that performance when we were there in person wasn't that great. So seeing this scene with her and Tavy, how she's like, yeah, it does this. Da, da, da,
Yeah, I was like-
kind of disappointed because I was hyped for her too when I was there. Okay, cool, kill, let me see.
Yeah,
And she
yeah.
came out strong.
She did
you
come
know?
out strong.
And it was good. And then it just started to fade after a while because she was in and out of the mic and then I didn't hear her rapping her song.
Yeah, she made me laugh though when she was talking about, oh, cause it's cold outside. What y'all say? Is break? Is break? And I light off for real.
facts. We do we say
Shit,
that?
break, bro.
When she said that, I was like, where you get that from? What New York nigga he was fucking with?
I think it
Like-
makes me laugh, yo. Like just like how many like slang terms and all those like New York
Mhm.
reels and shit that be like, I guess like saying what the different words we say, like the
Yeah,
slangs we
literally.
say and shit is funny.
right. No, for real. So
So they talking. You got the pigeons in there. Very New York, and
they
I love
talking
this.
about the whole Tommy situation, right? They recap about that, right?
no,
With Tommy pulling up.
no, they don't. But I do think that like you start to see here, like Cold Killer and Tavy's relationship is developing. You're
Mhm.
seeing them get closer, which I think is pretty interesting. I never thought that they would be,
Me
getting
either.
close and
Me
shit.
either.
Yeah, they're like,
Especially how like they started in Africa,
Yeah.
right? And how they had their ongoing beef. That shit was so funny. But I love their friendship. I'm not gonna lie, and I love how Cold Killer mind her business every time her and Fauna be fighting. Like literally every time Tavy and Fauna fight, Killer in the back like
that ass, yo, that
like
ass.
it's like she knows something.
That ass,
Because you
yo.
know what I'm saying? Like, how you so calm? It's like she knows something, and that's why she stayed out of it.
Mhm.
Cause she be like, they do this shit all the time. I'm gonna stay out of it. And like, but you told me you don't know something.
Yeah, right. Like, what's the
Like
tea?
you don't know that. I feel like she knows something. It's some tea there. It's some tea. I don't know.
But yeah, so then anyways, they get up from the bench that they was sitting in, and Cold Killer almost forgets her
Oh
purse,
my
which is
God.
pretty
and they
like,
actually
funny.
do talk about the Tommy situation.
Do they?
Yeah, and she says this is not, this is not no TV shit anymore. This is street shit. She
Oh,
like
she did
repeats
say that.
herself
You're
with
right.
Tavy. And, you when Tavy was talking about how she felt disrespected by Tommy too. And she was like, you can't come to my city and act like this, da da da. Like, you want to bring people, I could bring my people too. And then they start going over that whole thing. And
You're
then
right.
they get up the bitch almost forget her fucking bag in New York City. That shit would have been gone.
I'm surprised it wasn't that. It take that long. It take that long for you. I ain't gonna hold.
No,
it
but
takes
she
that long.
caught it quick though.
I was not, bro. If there was somebody there that was ready, it wouldn't have been quick enough.
No, I think security would have made sure to secure the area. Like people, I don't think they would have filmed in that area if there was like a bunch of homeless people or some shady person there. I feel like they secured the area to film. Like there's just no way.
In
But if
real
they
life,
did it,
there was no cameras.
Exactly. In real life, I don't know, man. I don't know. And it was a Louis V bag.
It was something.
It was something. I don't know what the fuck it was. I think it was, but whatever. It was something.
Yeah.
Girl,
Well, that's how quick it goes.
In New York City. Yeah. you're not in fucking Midwest, bitch.
Gotta
where
be quick
people
with
are
it.
next to outside.
But anyways, we get to the next
Yo.
scene, and now this is where Nunu's getting
Oh
her
my
hair done.
God.
Nunu getting her hair did.
She was so stupid.
Bro. This scene was on the
Bro, this scene really had me like
laughing.
because it was just like, really?
Yeah.
Really? We
Bro.
didn't see the slow take
Bro.
off of the shoes.
So let's get into it. Let's get into it. So,
let's get into it.
So fucking Fauna, right? So Nunu getting her hair did, and then Fauna knocks on the door. Fauna come in, and I'm like, bro. And the thing is, why are we still talking about this? Like, you
Yeah,
know,
I'm
I feel
over
like
it.
Fauna fighting mad hard for Cold Killer
K Rican.
and K Rican.
Yeah, and K Rican, yeah.
But Cold Killer and K Rican.
yeah.
Meanwhile, like you said, Cold Killer mind her business when it comes to her and Tavy. I think
facts.
Fauna need to mind her business at this point because now here we are dragging this shit. So Fauna's very adamant about calling Nunu out about her being corny
Yeah.
because she didn't check the temperature when she first got into the house because apparently Nunu was quiet, which I agree.
Yeah.
And then now all of a sudden, like a day later or two in filming, now you want to check the temperature. And so now this
Right.
whole conversation, dumbass conversation.
Having a whole debate about what checking temperature means, bro.
for
I was like,
real.
we're really talking about that's not what checking temperature means. Like, what are we talking about?
Bro, but the funniest part is because, like, to be honest, this whole back and forth really just made Nunu look corny. And I feel like Fauna had a point.
I low-key feel like they both looked a little corny. You know,
I mean, Fauna definitely looks corny for dragging
it was nothing. Okay, so here let's take the word corny here lightly because at the end of the day, it is what it is. These girls are on a show. They got to do what they got to do, right? So I'm not gonna attack them and be like, "Yeah, bitch, you corny." Take that with a grain of salt. But the situation was just a little like, all right, y'all are both dragging this, and I can tell that you know you both have no storyline essentially, and you are, you know, you're gonna milk it because you're on a show and that's your job. So it's like I understand that. So take the word corny with a grain of fucking salt.
True, but at the end of the day, right? So Fauna didn't have to drag it, but also,
Right.
I mean, she's got a point. Like you came in,
Yeah.
you talked about it, Nunu, and then this is holding back and forth. But like, if Nunu really had a problem, she should have came in hot from the very beginning. And I feel like Nunu realized she wasn't doing enough.
Yeah.
And then that's when she wanted, when the other girls started fighting. Who was it? Tavy and
Tommy.
Tavy and Tommy. Then all of a sudden, you wanted to hop on the opportunity. And that's what it looked like from the beginning. So Fauna's calling her out on it.
Yeah.
And then Nunu, no, she wrong, or she getting defensive because she start with her head back like this. Like, I don't care. The temperature was 0. And she started like doing this. And it was mad funny because it's like, Nunu, your head should be down.
Yo.
You should be looking down because as this is happening, they're going back and forth. Fucking Fauna's taking off her Tim. And then Nunu's like, I can see your lace front. And then Fauna's like, do you want to see yours? Or so you want me to show you yours? Like, while she's taking off the Tims, I don't understand why Nunu wasn't ready.
Bro, this was the craziest thing to me because I'm like, Nunu, you sitting here with your hair getting done. You see Fauna come in there and she talking about we had an understanding and she's saying it multiple times. I don't know how you didn't jump up immediately. Like, I don't know. Listen. To each their own. But look at the setting. You have rollers in your hair. Your wig is laid. You have a blanket on your lap. Fauna is pressing you. And you're not paying attention to the body language. You're not paying attention to the fact. She took off them Tims slow as fuck, too. I'm like,
and she had her feet hanging for mad long.
Right. I'm like, you don't see the white, you know, in the corner of your eye. You're facing her. You're not seeing that.
The what?
You're not seeing that. And I'm just wondering if why she wasn't seeing it is because Fauna was locking eyes with her while doing it. Because sometimes as humans, when you lock eyes with somebody, sometimes they don't be seeing everything else that's going on, even though they should. But I don't know.
That is some terrible survival skills,
I
bitch.
don't know. But what I'm saying is, I don't know how Nunu didn't see that. Or maybe she was flustered and trying to defend herself. But she was also itching closer too, little by little. Fauna was getting closer and closer. So I'm like, how are you not seeing it? And I genuinely believe that Nunu just didn't expect
Yeah.
Fauna.
Yeah, because she's pretty and
she's
soft.
like, yeah, and
looking.
she's like had a conversation with her, and she just probably didn't expect her to be on that type of time.
I don't know, but how is it that Fauna starts to fight? She attacks
That's
Nunu,
what- yeah.
but Fauna's wig come off. Why? What the fuck? What happened? Fauna looked like she got beat up more than Nunu, even though like it really was nothing. Nothing happened.
Yeah, it was
But
nothing,
still,
bro.
bitch, how you attack her and your wig come off?
Yeah, this is
Oh, what the fuck?
this is wild. This is so wild. But no, it's true. I couldn't believe that scene. I was like, how Fauna get you? Like, that's crazy.
Next.
They gonna need that rematch. I mean, I think they have it. So I mean, next we see Mariah. She sits down, meets up with Big E, Tasiki, Anna Mac, all of them in the room. And that's where we find out more information that it was the glam team, like you said earlier, and how she tried to jump in and all that stuff. And
Yeah, and then they talk about like how they got to get ready and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We already talked about what Mariah said on that scene, so
Mhm.
there's no need to go over that. But then we get into the B-roll of the girls getting ready. And it's the night. They get ready. Rolly is hyped about her outfit, bro. She is so hyped.
She said, I miss USA. Like, and we didn't like her outfit. At
No.
all. Like, that's so crazy.
That's why I had to
Yo.
write that down
Yeah.
because she's so hyped.
Your face.
Yeah. And she's
Oh, she
she
really
really,
was.
but I feel bad because it's like she really really loved her outfit. So
So
it's
that's
like
good. That's all that matters.
absolutely.
Yeah, we don't gotta like it. You, as
Absolutely.
long as you love it,
And
I
she-
love it.
And she embodied it. Like, she didn't, I mean,
You
it wasn't-
like it, I love it. Shit, I don't give a fuck. Like, listen, I don't give a fuck.
Right. Shit. So the girl
she really did though.
No, she did. She really
she
did.
really did.
She was like,
It was. She made it known.
It's America.
She did.
Like,
Ew, ew.
yeah,
she did.
fuck you. Yeah, Miss America. Shit. Tell me.
I'm dead.
All right, so the girls are on the tour bus. Then you guys, and it's funny because listen, we seen the girls in the outfits already. So like, I'm seeing Smiley in her green ass tomboy outfit. She talking about, oh, I got weed for everybody. Everybody's hyped. I was hyped because that's something that's true dear to my heart. Like, if you tell me you handing weed, I'm right there with you, baby. And it was funny because when she handed out the big bags of weed, all I was thinking was, what? Imagine she scammed that poor drug dealer just to get all that weed, yo.
Mhm.
I'm dead. But anyways, yeah. So they get to the club. You get the B-roll of the tour bus outside. You get the B-roll of the girls coming in. You got fans all over the place. And it was just as packed as it shows.
Yeah.
And it's funny because you have fans giving flowers to Anna and Tasiki.
Mhm.
You got Tommy, which we recorded on our vlog, which you
Yep,
can see.
yep.
You see Natalie come out. You see the fans they're going crazy. And then you get a little bit of B-roll of like all the fucking metal detectors you had to go through.
Oh my God. That was so crazy. And this is why when we went back there for that Frosties Christmas event, none of that. I was like, wow, this place did a huge 360.
Should we like put a little bit of something here?
If you have it.
I do have it, of
then-
course.
Yeah. fuck
Yeah,
that.
we'll have this right here. Well, this is exactly that place right there because I have the exact same look down.
Yeah.
And this is exactly what it looked like. It looked nothing like the metal
Nothing,
detectors.
Nothing like. I feel like with the metal detectors and the way it was like outlined made that place look a little fucking ghetto as fuck.
Yeah.
And then when you saw it, once all that was gone, I was like, wow.
It was
they
happy go jolly.
refurbished.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, shit. So
now.
the girls go in, and like now this is where we get to the backstage part. And Natalie is there and Lemmy comes out. And I'm not going to lie, I'm really getting tired of seeing Lemmy just make an appearance on these shows. I miss the old school way where his face was blurred and we didn't really see him. It was mostly Natalie and the girls. So seeing that Natalie came out, everybody's hype, but then he comes out after in that fit and everybody's hype. And he literally comes out to make an announcement that he's going to be going to Italy, Milan, whatever. He's only taking Scotty and Jayla. They're working on expanding and working with some technological partners over there. And I'm just like, why do we need this? Like, I don't know why we needed the scene. And I don't know why do you always feel the need to include yourself. Granted, he is the CEO. It's his company. So I get. But Baddies?
He wasn't that involved in
That's
Baddies
what I'm saying.
And also, it's like a thing now where
ugly.
A lot of the fans are feeling the same way, where he continuously addresses things and controversies on Instagram now, and it's like, bro, it was better.
Never used to talk.
It was better when you were quiet.
Yeah.
And now he just he's literally
Talking
getting
too much.
comfortable with being the baddie, because we always knew he was the baddie, because this is at the end of the day his company represents him,
right?
But he's so comfortable now. He's so comfortable that now he's in front of the camera with Scotty in his own show. But he's so comfortable even dripping into the baddies realm that this is what you're seeing him speaking out loud with his pretty little words and like,
oh my God,
ugly. But yeah, we didn't need to know. I guess this is his way of incorporating himself. You're starting to see a transition with Baddies, and I feel like low-key we might be seeing the end of Baddies for what we know it to be, as far as like Natalie being their point blank period. Because it's giving, what you're seeing right now, it's almost like we're taking away the center of attention being Natalie, and you see Lemmy more, you're seeing Rolly more, you're seeing all these people who can be leads as well, and you're starting to see Natalie kind of distance herself. So what it feels like is like a change of hierarchy, almost like we may be seeing a change in Baddies where we might not see Natalie Nunn anymore.
I mean, and that's what she said on, Cam Newton's podcast episode as well. Like, she's ready to just kind of like fall back and like focus on her and do different things. And she's looking for someone that can take over for her and fill that position, because it's a lot. She's tired. Like, she's only getting older. She does want to like spend the rest of her time with her family doing what she wants to do. But with this, now she's making music. Now it's getting so involved where she's like, okay, I want to make my money and not work so fucking hard right now. Like, I just want to fucking make my money, right? So we do see that, which is why Rolly, she's taking on more. She's hosting house meetings, and clearly they collectively agreed that she's fit for it.
Right.
I just don't like that I'm seeing Lemmy all the time. Like, the fact that we saw him just for him to say that, bro, are you dead ass? We did not need to see that at all. Like, I don't know.
He wanted to be a baddie. He's always wanted to be. So I feel like now he's comfortable with being that. And so Natalie goes on to say how she's also taking a few days away because she's going to go to her security guard's funeral, that even this is so close to her that she, even told Lemmy she doesn't want cameras there. Like, this is for her and herself only, and that's fine. But yeah, she says she's been going through a lot this season.
And this year, it seems like, and it's crazy because you did see her crash out on the internet over this whole situation, as well as the security guard, just her feeling like she's no longer protected, especially at Zeus, where she feels like no one has her back. And it's interesting because Natalie, as she's talking about this with the funeral, the death of the security guard, you could tell she wanted to cry.
Yeah.
She looked like she wanted to cry, but she was fighting it off so bad in true Capricorn fashion, right? In true, like, don't let them see your emotions fashion, the way how she presents herself to be on TV. She didn't want to show that side of her to cry. You could tell, because I saw the eyes getting watery and she just like fought it back.
Hell yeah.
Like, immediately.
As she should.
I mean, she could have cried. It wouldn't have been that deep.
No, not in this audience, not in this realm. Absolutely not. No.
I guess you're right. Like, let's just bypass this and move on.
You don't need to know me like that. You don't need to know what affects me like that.
it's
'Cause
true. Because
espe-
then people on the internet are gonna start doing the most.
But also, it's just like people on the internet don't care. At the end of the day,
They don't.
they view Natalie as the villain. So it's like
Mhm.
at the end of the day, like, no. Why would you give your haters more fuel to hate on?
That's true. That makes sense. So you could tell, like, that's what the method was. And so she goes on to tell the girls, let's have a good show, do your big one, be professional, no fighting, none of that stuff. And now we see basically everything in a very short, condensed format of the show.
I think they did a great. I was so curious to know how they were gonna edit this. I
They
really
didn't show them
was.
saying DTP.
No, they
DTP.
wouldn't. They wouldn't.
They didn't.
But they still did a good job on encompassing a lot of what the crowd was chanting. Like, for example, like I wrote it. So obviously, you see the audience. You see Lemmy introducing the host, Bobby and Tanisha.
Yeah.
You see Tanisha when she was like, "What up, New York?
Damn,
New York."
yeah, like,
Key moments of the show, which
Yes,
I thought was like awesome because again,
Yeah.
it was so long.
it was so fucking long.
I was curious to know how they would embody it.
That's
And
why they
did
were
good.
skipping through a lot of it.
Yeah, they did. So you see Smiley perform, and then Gretchen comes out, and then
yeah,
I love it because obviously they show that the crowd is booing Gretch. And it's funny because like she was like her feelings were hurt in the confessional. She was
Yeah.
saying that they showed the water bottle being thrown at her at the end.
same thing in our vlog. Literally same shit.
So
yo.
it was cool. And then you see Nunu perform. Nunu performs and they skip through that. Then they go through Big Lex. You see the plushie that we talked about on our vlog.
Yeah.
Go check out those videos, guys. Get deep down in it. You'll have all the tea there.
Yeah.
Then they show
Dolly, Summer.
Summer.
all
They
that.
show everybody booing Summer.
They didn't show them booing her though. You
They
didn't
did
hear
a little
it.
bit. No, they did. They briefed through it.
Yeah,
though.
they briefed through it, and I didn't hear it that much. But Tanisha in her confessional made it very clear, like, yeah, they were booing the shit out of her. But I'm telling you, them boos were loud.
loud.
So that's why when I didn't hear it, when I briefly saw it, they like briefly passed by that. I was like, nah, them shits was loud.
it was like a passing audio thing,
Yeah.
but it was long and loud.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
they def showed the fuck Dolly. Fuck Dolly. I was like,
No.
good.
And it was funny because, like, you really see it. They really showed, like, the whole crowd saying, fuck Dolly.
Mhm.
Oh, my God. And it was so funny. I forgot to mention, like, there's a scene, like, with Gretch, and I have a slow-mo, and I'm be editing this one, so I'm going to post it. But the people that we were with, the girls that we were with, one of the girls that's on the interview that we did, it's so funny. You see her go mad hard, talk about boo, and I never noticed it. And everyone's like, wait a minute, she went mad hard. Let me rewind that. I'm gonna show it to you real quick. It's so funny.
Wait, this was in the episode?
Yeah, it came in the episode. I
This
had to
is one
rewind.
of the girls we were with?
Yeah. Oh, she got mad hard. Why she got mad hard?
Yo, that was the girl we interviewed
Yeah.
for real. She went mad hard. I did not see that before.
No, I had to rewind it. I was like, what?
Why did you?
I was dying. I had to
No,
record
you
it.
were-
Yo, no,
You went mad hard.
she was jumping up and down like that, bro. I was like, yo, she went mad hard.
Ah! Oh my gosh, she did. That's why they put that in there.
That shit funny as
I
hell.
didn't even see it at first. I didn't even see it at first.
Oh my-
That is hilarious.
Nah, that shit,
yo.
that's gotta be clipped.
No, for real. That is, we gotta show that slow mo.
I'm slowing it
That
down.
is so funny.
It was so, she went mad hard.
No, because when we were there, she was going
She was going mad hard.
It was.
It was
She
the
was.
passion. I love the passion.
Oh, fuck
Yeah.
you. Fuck. I was like, yo, this girl going in.
So I love that you saw it here at the PHQ first, but I also they showed Tavy being introduced and Fauna and Sapphire, but I love how they cut out how terrible they sounded because Bitches was not singing very well.
No.
Okay, so if y'all want to see that, definitely go check out the vlog because you're
That's
gonna see what we're talking about.
true. Tavy did perform though.
Yeah.
She did perform someone else's song.
Right.
That's another thing.
And then Scotty comes out, and then you again going back to the editors really showing what the crowd was saying. They showed everybody chanting Scotty, Scotty, which I thought was cool. I'm like, wow, so y'all really, like, I think what I was surprised about is because Zeus all the time cuts so much out, especially with their old shit, like whenever we go to their events and stuff, that I was so surprised how much of the performances they actually showed. Like, they really showed you what it was kind of like to be there, except
they
on
really
a short
did.
form.
Yeah. Oh, 100% shit was long as fuck. Feet was hurting by the end of the night.
All right, so then Anna performs, Coke Killer performs, and then they show Lemmy announcing Jayla and Janelle. And then this is where we see Rolly perform. Now, after Rolly meanwhile Rolly's performing, this is where we are backstage.
Wow. Well, Summer is telling Jayla how she respects her and all this stuff, and clearly there's no bad blood. You see Summer with Jayla first, and then Big Lex comes in after, and it's just really interesting. But before that, was there someone else in that scene with Summer and Jayla?
It was Nunu, Jayla, Summer.
Nunu, that's right. She's so easily forgettable. So Nunu, she's talking to Jayla, asking her, like, how do you feel about the whole Big Lex situation? Are you guys going to be able to move forward? What's that going to look like? Jayla's like, I have respect for her. I think she's beautiful. She's dominant. Like, I feel like we can both coexist. And so that's when fucking Lex comes in eventually, like clockwork, right? And Nunu basically asks her the same thing about, how do you feel about Jayla? That's all Nunu's doing this season. And Lex is saying she doesn't have any issues. Like, she's down to move forward, and gives her this fake ass hug. And I'm just like,
yeah, and it's funny because also you skip by a little bit of Summer, but Summer also says that she realized, like, she's got to stay out of shit because she fought Jayla for Natalie, and now they friends again.
That's true. She did say that.
Yeah, so she's like...
So she's like, I'm done inserting myself. That's growth. That's growth. Shit. She said she's self-reflecting. So good. I'm happy because, stay out of it. Look, like, you did all of this, and that's what Scotty was telling you.
Yes, that's exactly
Scotty
what
was telling her that, like, mind your business. Like, this is my friend. Like, whatever. Oh my God.
Yeah, so Jayla makes up with Summer and Lex.
Right.
Which, whatever.
I mean, I really didn't give a fuck about. I don't know why you see, I feel like it's setting us up for something. Why do we need to see that scene?
I don't know, but I don't mind it. Like, I've always been someone that, like, is okay with dialogue. So it's just like, I don't always want to see fighting all the time. So I am...
No, I'm not saying to see fighting all the time. I'm just saying, like, that scene didn't have any substance. Like, if we're going to see dialogue, like, let it be something with substance. Like, I feel like it was just, I don't know. But whatever. It's cool to see backstage. And that was happening backstage.
It was. Yeah. So... yeah, they hug it out, whatever. And then they go back to the performances, and this is where...
Biggie! La Biggie! I don't give a fuck. What y'all saw is what y'all got. When we was there, she was the best performer. The best. On the TV, off the TV. What's the word? What we doing? Look at that. That was the only time I got hyped when Biggie came out.
Literally.
You see what she come? Yo, the energy.
Literally.
Energy. Yo, I don't give a fuck. Biggie my fave. She killed it. What? Quiet? Cat got your tongue?
No, it was a vibe. Hell yeah. Her and Tasiki, that song was a vibe.
Yeah, I feel like Biggie really be doing the most, like, in terms of, like, hyping the crowd up. Because Tasiki did also perform her song.
Yeah.
Bitch, I eat. But it was kind of like, again...
boring.
Yeah, and it was in and out of the mic, too. So we didn't really hear her and during certain parts.
We don't hear her at all, period. She whispers.
We don't. And it kind of bothers me because I'm like, Tasiki, you're talented. Like, can we get some, like, some soul
that's
in the
her
song?
voice. She be talking like this.
No, but when she actually is in the mic, you can hear her. And she wasn't really in the mic like that. And I'm like, can we get some soul? Like, can we get some oil in the voice? Like, I just feel like you're so talented and we don't hear much of that. Like, I guess people want to hear you rap, but like, damn, like, if you're going to sing too, like, sing some, like, I don't know. Like, I just never feel it. Anytime any of these baddies, like, sing, I don't feel nothing. And that should tell you everything you need to know.
So I'm getting hyped at this point because I know what's coming because I was there. So now Biggie's
Oh my
performance.
God.
At this point, Tiana's like, right after Sukihana.
No, this wasn't after Sukihana.
No, I'm saying right.
Tommy is after Biggie.
Oh, Tommy goes after Biggie.
Yeah.
So I'm getting hyped because I know we're getting close to the fighting scene. So now whatever the Biggie performs, Tommy performs and fucks it up.
She does and try to blame DJ Sky.
Yeah.
I'm like, we were there. DJ Sky played your set and you were singing the fucking words and you forgot your lyrics.
Yeah.
Don't sit there and try to blame DJ Sky. Like,
Yeah.
you didn't know the words.
Yeah.
So she stopped singing and that's when you hear her looking at her doing the all that dumb shit. But it's like, girl, you were on stage and then you deadass stopped singing for a bit.
She was
terrible. She
lit.
was the worst performer.
She was drunk.
She was drunk
that night.
Clearly, you should have listened to Biggie. You should have listened to Biggie.
Yeah.
You didn't listen to her. Now look, you weren't on. You didn't do your big one.
No,
Like, I don't know.
it was such a terrible performance.
But this is why she has no career in music. Like your music is not that good, and also you're just not disciplined enough to even have a career in music. Like you're just the reality TV trash shit is just that's it for you because you don't think about those things.
Yep.
Oh my god. What's the word? What we doing? Look at that way to that movie. Off the dog. Reposado. Feeling like I had the lotto. I love that song. Then Suki performs her explicit ass lyrics.
So Suki with the coochie, all right, performs, and I'm hyped because Tiana at this point she left me to and you were outside realizing that there was some shit about to go down. So Tiana, this is the first time you're seeing her actually perform on TV because you didn't get to see it.
I didn't get to see it.
Yeah, so it was so funny. So like whatever, I see it and I'm hyped because I just want to get back to Sapphire shit. Right? Oh, hi, whatever. So Suki performs and that was it, right?
And then they bring out Louis. Even we
They
were
showed
confused.
Louis.
They showed Louis, but they did not show Fabio Foreign.
Which is weird.
Mad weird. Because Fabio was after Louis, right?
Yeah, it was.
Or no, Fabio was before Louis, no?
No, he was
He was
Fabio's
after-
opener.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
He
And
was
then
his
Fabio
friend.
was after, and then he performed New York City, that song that he does, and he performed Weddy. He performed a couple of songs. And I was like, what? They got Fabio?
Yeah.
The fuck? I'm actually really shocked that they did not show Fabio Foreign.
I know.
Like, you showed Bobby Shmurda, but not Fabio Foreign. Like, it's so weird.
Weird. I'm wondering if it's copyright issue bullshit. 'Cause,
Maybe.
Like, right? Like, that's
Maybe.
the only thing I can think of. But, like, you're showing Louis and Fabio, not even, like, just quiet, but, like, showing his
Right,
B-roll.
Right.
Like,
right. They didn't even
okay.
show the B-roll, nothing.
Who the fuck is Louis?
But that's what I'm saying. We were all thinking that too. We were there. We were like, what the fuck? What the fuck is Louis?
Yeah.
But then when Fabio came out, people was like, what the fuck? Fabi, they got Fabi here? Like, they were
Yeah.
hyped. But that was crazy. I couldn't believe that. And then that's when, the next scene where you see the girls backstage and
Oh, okay. So
you know,
the girls are backstage.
Suki is like pressing.
Suki looked kind of lit.
She did look lit.
She did look lit. And I know a lot of people, there was like mixed feelings about this whole situation because obviously Gretchen's talking about how her feelings are hurt. She kind of upset because they was booing her. And then, Suki's kind of not having it. She's kind of like, bitch, you know why? Why you playing dumb? You know why they booed you because you keep saying the N-word. And now this is where Gretch goes into her defensive,ness and she's like, we in New York. Like, I made my song already. I'm not changing it for y'all or for anybody.
Right.
And, Gretch is very adamant about her opinions. And then Suki, I think, is kind of over it. She's like, all right, bitch, well, then, there's consequences to that. So it's kind of like, I have a problem with it. And I feel like this was drunk Suki. So I feel like Gretchen not trying to listen kind of pissed her off. And that's why we got that. Because obviously, listen, I know everybody feels the way they feel. And I feel like these are conversations. Like, it's okay to agree to disagree. Point blank, period. Because, Gretch said, oh, we in New York. But, I mean, which is why I was surprised that everybody kind of still booed her. Because I'm like, oh, wow, interesting, like, to see how the crowd reacted to Gretch. But I think, I feel like, what are your thoughts on everybody booing Gretch?
You want me to say this shit because you're not trying to say what you want to
No,
say.
no, I'm going to say something totally what you're not
Okay,
thinking.
so honestly, my thoughts on the crowd booing her. One, I knew it was going to happen. to I don't have nothing else to say about this anymore. I feel like this is redundant. We hear this time and time again. You know, y'all don't get on Anna for saying it. Y'all don't get on Smiley for saying it. Y'all don't get on nobody else but her because I guess she's white passing, or I guess maybe on her card she's white. She's a white woman, right? She's
so
mixed.
is Anna and Smiley.
But that's what I'm saying too. But she's more, I guess, in terms of the looks, Eurocentric.
Okay.
Which is why people say that, and I don't know, man. I'm over the conversation, to be honest.
I feel like the only reason why I was surprised that New York booed her was because it was like, again, like I said, a lot of these people that were in the crowd had white friends next to them.
Yes,
that also were
and Spanish
about
white
that life.
passing, and that's what I'm saying.
But I think the reason why, and this is my opinion, from being from New York and seeing the crowd that night, analyzing and sober, okay, looking at everybody, I think that the crowd booed her because not only did they not like the way she carried herself, but I think it was more than just the N-word. I think it was a little bit performative. Like, let's be real. The louder it got, like you say, the N-word, okay, boom. There's obviously people in the crowd that didn't agree with that.
There were people that were dead ass bopping their head to it still in the crowd.
But that's what I'm saying. But once somebody hears boo,
then
everybody wants
chimed
to
in.
be a part of the crowd, right?
Exactly.
And I just feel like that's not to say that there weren't people in the crowd that didn't feel some type of way.
No, but it was like that with Gretch though. Like Summer immediately off rip boo.
Right.
But with Gretch, when she came out, there was no boo.
It
was
wasn't.
like trickled.
Yes.
It was like trickled down.
Yes.
Like it was like they were giving her a shot. They were like,
Uh-huh.
okay, I fuck with you. Like there was even a guy next to us talking about, yeah, my nigga.
Yeah.
Yeah, my nigga. Yeah, my nigga. So I'm like, I just think it's so interesting that, you know, these people that never or don't have a problem with it now all of a sudden want to have a problem with it because I guess
it's performative. Like
Yeah.
you're in the crowd, you know you're being recorded,
Yeah.
and it's gonna sound cool, like, you know, funny to boo, and that's why I started booing too. Like,
but
not,
there are I didn't boo.
not with Gretch,
I
but
literally-
with Dolly. Like, I don't hate Dolly enough to say fuck Dolly, but it was so funny to watch the whole crowd. I'm like, fucking fuck Dolly. Like, it was
Yeah,
funny.
it was
Like,
crazy.
you know, so I feel like a lot of it is also performative. However, that's not taking away from the fact that there are people who strongly feel the way they feel.
Yeah.
And you know what? You're entitled to how you feel. And I just feel like it's one of those things. You gotta agree to
Yeah,
disagree.
like a lot of people are like, she's not black, so she shouldn't say it. Point blank, period. And that's.
I know
Don't
some-
roll your eyes because
No, it's not like, no, I roll my eyes because I feel like it's the same thing with politics. Like, why can't we just have a conversation and understand people's opinions and they have different fucking opinions? Like, you know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, it's not going to stop Gretchen from being Gretchen. She clearly don't care.
And she doesn't, and that's the thing. Like, she clearly has made it known, and she's adamant about not letting public opinion stop her from speaking how she speaks with everyone, and no one has a problem with it.
I gotta give it to her.
It's only
though.
because of TV, and now like you're exposing yourself to a wider audience. Now this is a problem. But
Criticism.
when Mariah Lynn was saying it on Love and Hip Hop back in the day, nobody said anything.
Mhm.
And she is white.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? So to me, that's where the disconnect comes, and I'm just kind of over the conversation because it's the same people getting mad about it. I see you and your other friends that aren't black, and they be saying it, and you don't be saying nothing to them. So why are we picking and choosing?
And Nunu ended up calling her a cracker too in that same scene, which is like, okay, so you're mad that she's using a derogatory
no, I don't
word.
think she was calling her that. I think she was saying that like
You're a cracker.
I don't know. I don't think she was calling Gretch that. I think she was saying that to Suki to use as an example of like, it's like when we say this or so. I don't know. It seemed like she was like on her side.
Okay.
Because like that's another thing that people didn't like. They didn't like how
Tink and Summer.
Big Lex was like trying to defend her. Like even Summer, she did not give a fuck.
Yeah,
Like,
she don't. But
she
a
does
lot
not
of
give a
people are
fuck.
like, well, because she, I mean, of course Summer is gonna defend her. She's
well,
the one that
obviously,
said,
but
Emmett Till.
Big Lex and Tink too. They were kind of like Big Lex came in practically defending Gretch. Let's not forget that when she didn't like how J-Lo was constantly attacking her and was dragging out a situation.
And it sucks because it's like Lex is the only one that you can't really say shit to because it's like Tink too. People are like, of course Tink is gonna defend her. She's a coon. She used to be one complexion and now she's another. She hates her blackness. So it's like,
It's very easy, those two.
right. So, but at the end of the day, listen,
I don't know. Like, I just don't like the picky choosy shit.
I think my opinion is this. If you want, like, Gretchen is a grown-ass woman. She knows the consequences of what her stance is. Like, at the end of the day, I believe Suki's right. You have no right to be sad, bitch, because at the end of the day, they told you why they don't like you, and you still do it. So now you got to deal with the consequences. The same way, it's like, I understand Gretchen, where it's like, I'm not going to let nobody change how I am. Bet. So then you got to understand that there's going to be consequences to that. And it is what it is.
Yeah. And I feel like it should have just been left at that.
Period.
Like, there was no need for, like, I'm going to beat your ass too, because it's like, all right, we saw this with J-Lo. We saw it get dragged out. We know why she got booed. Like, that's fucking why she got booed. Like, why are we dragging this out? And that's why I feel like, for me, like, it's just redundant.
Because Suki didn't like that Gretch was acting like a victim. You know what I mean? And I can see that being annoying, especially with some alcohol. But she's allowed
to feel sad. I mean, whether you agree with it or not. I mean, you don't gotta agree with
But that's
shit.
why I say you can't be letting these girls know when you're feeling any type of sad. You see?
Yeah,
you see, it's jail, bitch. You
It
don't
is
in jail. You don't show that whether you're whether you're crying or dying inside. You never show weakness, because once you show weakness, they're gonna pounce on you.
With you. Yeah, it's
Period.
Crazy. It really is crazy. That's wild. So now Gretch and Suki Hana get into this whole explosive fight. Tink and the girls are trying to break it up because they really desperately didn't want them to fight. Like, they were getting in between them before it even escalated and got to that point. And then Suki hits Gretch and it's a whole fight. So now Rolly informs Sapphire that Suki and Gretch fought. And so this altercation is what set Sapphire off to throw the tantrum that she threw. To act the way that she did. This is what set Suki off. I mean, Sapphire. I couldn't believe it. I was like, you know what? Being there in person, we saw all of the theatrics. Like, we saw her running up the stairs, running down the stairs.
Where is she? Where is she? I'm like, that way.
Running down the stairs, outside. Then people see her, they start screaming because they hyped to see Sapphire, but they don't know what's going on. Security, they're trying to tell her to stop. They're trying to tell her, listen to me. And she's not trying to listen. She's doing all this theatrics, hitting glass. I didn't know that her hand actually bled until we watched the show.
I mean, I had a feeling because it's like glass, bitch. That shit
broke. It broke when she hit it.
That shit fucking shattered.
And her hand's bleeding, and she's like, just filled with so much adrenaline and emotion. And, you know, I thought it was going to be something bigger than just Suki and Gretch fighting.
What a letdown that was.
What a fucking letdown.
It really felt so, like, that is what we...
That's the reason?
And
that's the reason?
What made it even worse? What made it even worse is that all this is happening. Suki Hana on stage like... having a good ass time with no care in the world. She was lit. That's what I'm telling you. She was lit, bro.
Lit as fuck.
Cause what the fuck? You tell me. Why, mind you, because we didn't see the whole thing on stage because I'm capturing this thing outside.
Yeah.
So I have no idea that Suki Hana is up on stage having a grand old time. No care in the world. She being a coochie girl. And
literally.
Sapphire out here throwing a tantrum, talking about, I don't even know what she was saying. Screaming, making this whole thing, broke glass in the fucking, at this bar.
Yeah.
Went in and out the elevators.
Yeah, up and down the stairs.
Mayhem, running around. Yep. It was insane. All to find out that that's what you were... Bitch.
Yeah, to find out that was the reason, like, that was a letdown. That was pretty anticlimactic.
Tell me you're trying to make up for that one time you let Suki get beat up without telling me.
Literally. Tell me without telling me. Literally, because it's like you're overcompensating for the fact that, you know, you weren't there for Suki in the past, so now you're trying to make sure you're going to be here for her no matter what.
And everyone's going to know that you're here for her.
Everyone's going to know because you don't want what happened the last time. And, you know, now that I'm seeing everything and tying it together, this was extremely 110% performative.
Bro, no, it was the comeback to Suki on stage, like,
no,
having a grand old time. And this is the part we didn't see because obviously we're capturing all the behind the scenes stuff. But
Right.
apparently, Sapphire gets on stage during Natalie's performance, interrupts the performance, the in between, and takes the mic from DJ Sky
Yep.
and tries to get Suki's attention, is yelling at her on stage, which I'm surprised the blogs never posted that because that seemed like an important moment.
Right. Everybody was in the audience recording.
Yeah, which I thought was weird. So anyways, yeah, so that was new to me. I had no idea that should happen.
Yeah.
Because we came in after when that second song with Natalie started performing. That's when I had already got back to the stage or where they were at.
Yeah, and it was just so fucking chaotic.
Bro.
It was so chaotic.
That's funny though. I ain't gonna.
But it's like you definitely are performing because you know cameras are rolling.
100%.
So now
she did a good job. She fooled me.
She did.
Fooled me, bitch. That shit was good. I didn't know you was an actress like that, bitch.
Yeah, they all actresses at this point. Shit, no, for real.
The
Because
way she was.
it was so extra. It was so extra. I was like, wow, I really thought it was bigger than that.
I give it to you, girl. You got some
I
Oscar-winning
thought she
acting
was
in her.
fighting somebody.
Me too.
I didn't think it was really for Suki and Gretch. Gretch?
And they hid Gretch.
They did. She was not on stage. She was nowhere to be found.
I feel like they were toying with Sapphire. Upstairs, downstairs,
They were.
over there,
Yeah.
over there.
Yeah. That's why she was getting mad. She was like, y'all keep playing with me.
The way she was really actually running throughout the
Yeah.
that bar has like four to six floors.
Yeah,
bitch. Like
yeah,
that.
it's
She was
crazy.
going.
And she was in heels and she had to take her shoes off. It was crazy. It was crazy. But I mean, it seems like they were adamant about no fighting because they really hit Gretch.
Yeah, they hit. Yeah, they knew better.
They really, basically distracted Sapphire
Yeah.
from finding
Like cat and
Gretch.
mouse.
Yes,
Mhm.
which is crazy to me. Like, wow. Well, the girls didn't fight, but there were other people in the audience that like got into like their own little shit. But,
Yeah.
Oh, my
Even
God.
Tommy was lit that night. Biggie was lit that night.
Yeah, didn't Tommy hit someone in the elevator?
Yeah, exactly. Tommy hit someone in the elevator. That
damn.
girl that always auditions.
Yeah,
for
we saw her.
Yeah.
We saw her face in the front
Yeah.
in the main row. I'm like, she really was pushing through people for that.
Yeah, it's so funny. The people we were with too, they all posted on their stories today, like, "Mom, we made it on
I'm
screen.
dead.
Made it on TV."
Yeah, no, I mean, it was clear as
No,
day.
they was clear.
Clear as day.
I was like,
Clear
"Oh,
as
good
day.
shit for them."
Yeah. So then, after that whole theatrical bullshit, Natalie and Lemmy perform Baddie Bad on stage. No one cares at all that Sapphire is going off.
No one
Like,
cares.
at all. And then the girls do the meet and greet, Smiley's on the floor, Biggie's telling to get up off the floor. And that's essentially where it ends, right?
Mhm.
For the next episode, we get the preview of Jayla, Scotty, and Milan, and Rolly talking to Natalie. Clearly, she calls her. She's having an issue, and Natalie's not there, so she needs help. I think it's so funny. And Natalie's like, I trust you to figure it out. Like, I'm busy. Like, the fuck? Fauna and Nunu seems like they fight again, get their rematch. Lex and Tavy seem like they're going to get into something. And Gretch finally finds Sapphire. And I don't know, in the preview, it really does look like
Gretch got her.
that's embarrassing.
Yeah, OD. You're not gonna do all that theatrics just to lose to Gretch.
Yeah, right?
All that to lose to Gretch is crazy.
Bro, Gretch
work.
said, man, watch out. Yo, I'm fucking weak.
I
yo.
know, it's so funny. You know how you like Summer as the villain? I do like Gretch as the
That's
villain.
it.
I ain't
That's
gonna lie.
it.
She stirred a
That's
pot.
it. No, literally, that's it. Like, literally, like, we can't always have everybody, being kumbaya all the time.
Yeah. I do like Gretch as the villain. I ain't
Yeah,
gonna hold
but,
you.
I mean, it is
I
what
didn't
it
know
is.
she was that tall, bro.
Gretch?
Yeah, she's tall. You see how tall she was? She linky, bro.
Yeah, she's skinny as hell.
But like tall.
I never noticed.
She's tall as Sapphire.
She's a little shorter than Sapphire, but she's up there. She's a little shorter than Sapphire.
Her next to Suki, she made. Well, I know Suki's short, but still,
Yeah,
Gretch looks like she's skinny to look like she would be tiny too, but she's like
Yeah.
tall.
Yeah.
But anyways, guys, what do you guys think about
Yeah.
everything we recapped today? I was really excited to recap this episode because obviously we were there. We get to
Yeah.
give you the firsthand experience and then to
Mhm.
see it edited on Zeus. It was nice to see it. What did you guys think? Do you think we missed anything? Do you hate what we have to say about the Gretchen situation?
I'm pretty sure they do. I'm pretty sure they do. Like, you know, it is what it is. Like, not everybody is going to agree. So, yeah, but we still welcome your comments. We still welcome, you know, the conversation, because that's really what it's about here, is having these hard conversations and actually looking at things critically instead of just being emotional about it.
Absolutely.
Which a lot of people are just emotionally outraged a lot of the times by baddies instead of thinking and having these conversations. So that's pretty much it. Like she said, comment your thoughts below. Also, let us know where you're from. Tune into our Patreon to watch that video. We did a part 1 and we did a part 2. Part 2 is on the Patreon. The link will be in the description below, as well as in the show notes, okay? If you guys are only listening to the podcast, we have our show notes there for you. So look there and you'll find the links. So with that being said, where can they find you?
You guys can find me on Instagram. That's JESSI.strange. And where can they find you, Tiana?
You guys can find me on Instagram at random81. Still thinking about changing it. I don't know what to change it to. But you guys can find us on Instagram at the
Petty Headquarters.
You guys can find us on YouTube and all podcast platforms at
The Petty Headquarters.
We release episodes weekly, y'all. And yeah, with that being said, this was your weekly dose of mess.
mess.